Hello, gentle viewers. This is Av Guardian welcoming you to Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the NC Dinos of the Korean Baseball Organization. Welcome. Um, in our last episode, we went through a season and went through the all season, acquired several more players who I assume were named Kim or Park. And no, I'm joking. I'm not joking about the names, but I'm joking about what happened. Before we get started though, I wanted to thank it's actually it was posted on the Friday video, but it's so good that I want to mention it here. Which is how important coaching has now become to developing players, which I didn't realize. Um, and especially player relationships. For the longest time, that didn't matter in OTP. At least it didn't matter in a meaningful way. If it does matter, this is critical information to play the game effectively. And I really wish that OTP would be a little bit more transparent about how they changed the background of the game. I get that some people love to be surprised and love to just figure it out. And I respect that. I respect that people enjoy that. Great. But when you change the meta so significantly without any kind of warning, you're like, why isn't what I used to do working? And it's not because I'm doing anything wrong, it's because the rules have changed. It'd be the equivalent of playing a great new board game where somebody hogs the manual and then just like randomly springs out new rules as the game's being played to their advantage. I had a friend who did that when I was in school. I'm not friends with that person. Well, I'm kind of friends with that person, but I haven't seen them in a very long time. That's a dick move. Don't do that if it is something you're thinking of doing. I always end up having to teach my wife all the board games we play because she won't read the manual. Like, that is her choice, and I respect it. But I always try to be upfront about it. And when I'm playing a game, but I see somebody doing something that's obviously stupid, I will be like, yo, maybe don't do that, and explain why. It doesn't always work. A lot of the wife is like, fuck you, I'll do what I want. To which I say, fair play. And she just beat my ass last board game we played. We played a Robot Quest Arena, which I backed on Kickstarter, which was a lot of fun. And I got beat. So I clearly don't have all the answers. Or even most of the answers, or even some of the answers. Anyway, let's talk about actual baseball stuff. In a lot of ways, this is last year's team. I don't think we have a single new position player. Oh, Young Woon Kim is new. He had a very small role for the team last year. We're giving him a bigger role because why not? But a lot of these are old friends. Probably the most daring thing we're doing is committing heavily to Mr. Shaehyung Kim here to be our center fielder. I don't know how this is going to work out, but we're surely going to try it. Our pitching staff has changed a little bit more. We acquired last season, and then gave him a longer term contract, which I semi-regret, but we'll see how it works out. He was here before, although he was another free agent. He actually worked out quite well for us. You were here before. Bullpen is largely the same too. Do we do any player transactions? I don't want the history index. I want the complete transactions log. Like, it's getting to the point where I don't remember what I did in the off season, which is maybe a bit awkward. But oh, that hasn't happened yet. Last year, fuckos. Here we go. I got Jin Hyun Kim back, which was funny. Genuinely funny. We got some minor leaguers by trading some more established players. That happened. We didn't really get any new players. This is probably our biggest thing, was trading Coup. Um, and getting not much in return, but at least something that'll be gone in about a year or so. So, my friends, let us go ahead and play some baseball. Oh, I guess we can at least take a look and see how bad my relationships are with my people. Like, how bad could it be? Personnel. Now, when you're the player manager, I don't think it matters as much because, like, I guess it would matter a lot if my bench coach has good relationships. He has very average. He's an average guy. The only person who hates his fucking guts is Jin Hyun Kim, which is fair. But he's got a good relationship with people. That's not terrible. Apparently it also matters, like, for example, if we have Franklin Blanco teaching third base, how well does he get along with our third baseman? Good enough. So these are things that do matter. That I was not paying attention to, so shame on me. We'll hire this guy, I guess. And team chemistry, or sorry, staff cohesion also matters quite a lot. We can hopefully improve that as time goes on. Is he really my best choice to teach the infield? He isn't, but I need to give somewhere. I respect that. I need a better first base coach, is what I'm hearing. Let's play baseball. Amazing. In case you didn't catch last Monday's video, as a reminder, we're only playing this for 10 seasons, and then, regardless of the results, we're going to move on to the Negro League series. I still need to test that. I haven't had a ton of free time of late, and what I did have free time, been playing Spider-Man 2. I'm sure you can understand. So that is something I do need to work on, though, because I need to figure out exactly how the Negro Leaguers get introduced into the game. And I kind of want them to be included in the draft. I don't want them to be free agents because like, in real life, I'm very much pro free agency. Even if it means that the Guardians will be awful forever because they won't fucking spend money, but that's another question. Nice. Nice work. Ji-Hoo Kim randomly figuring how to hit would be amazing. Amazing. I don't remember what I was talking about, so I'm just going to keep playing. Sorry. I am an old man. I'm not that old, but I feel old a lot. Oh, yes, the Negro League testing. But I do think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the draft of free agency. I think people should be paid what they're worth, and I think in real life that would lead me to supporting more free agency, but it would fuck over small market teams pretty hard. Like, maybe you have more faith in these billionaires to actually invest their money in their teams. I don't. I don't have any faith in them whatsoever. So that's where we are. But anyways, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to just add him into the draft, beginning in 1920, I think. And then we'll go from there. I'm not going to put G-Man Choi on the IL for just a week. That's silly. And serves little to no purpose. The Bulldogs have been, like, in the sewers for the past several seasons. They've actually really turned it around this year. Our biggest issue is a lack of star power. We don't have dominating players who can take over games. I mentioned it repeatedly last episode, but it doesn't stop being true. We desperately need that one player who can be the face of the franchise and just be a top-tier player. I don't know if we have that, but maybe someday we will. Some improvements here, nothing too wacky, but reasonable. Alright. Ji-Man Choi would like to come back and play for us again. I just don't think it's a sensible use of resources. Being completely honest with you, I don't think it's a good use of resources. He has been a reasonably good first baseman. I don't want to give you that impression that he's not. But every day he's playing at first base is a day somebody else isn't. And I want that flexibility. So while I appreciate what he's provided for us, and I hope he does very well for us, I don't think we'll be keeping him. Bobby Cook, I would like to keep him, but he's going to want a lot of money that I don't have. He wants less money. What? Like, I get it. No, re-signing Bobby Cook isn't very smart. Expecting a 30-year-old to keep being high quality is just not a good idea. What is going well for the Dinos this year? It's not our offense, where we're once again bottom third. I don't know how to fix this. I genuinely don't. I don't know how to fix a team where hitters just take half the season off. Like, these are all very talented players that should be capable of producing quality offensive performances, and they don't. They just don't. Thank goodness our pitching has been otherworldly. Because, Lord knows, this lineup ain't going to win many games until they figure out how to hit again. But I don't know how to fix that. I genuinely don't. Ji-Man Choi has actually been very productive. He's actually been very productive and a quality leadoff guy. Young Woon Kim, meh. No. Meh. Like, it's important to keep things in perspective. He's still relatively close to being league average, which is damning of the KBO, but it's important to keep this in perspective. But still, Ju Won Kim taking a giant shit this season is not something we need. We need to upgrade a third base. We need to upgrade a lot of positions, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix it at all. Do we have any youngsters who are reasonably close to being Major League ready that could use an opportunity? I don't think we do. I mean, Dongjin Kim is probably the best option if we want to give a young player an opportunity. I mean, he's been worth 2 to 3 wins every season. I don't know what's happened to him this year, but... Would you please learn how to fucking hit? Like, you have potential. At some point I'm going to have to pull the trigger, but for right now... I have legitimately no stars. I don't have a single blue player anywhere on this team. And granted, they're not easy to come by, but still, I think that is one of our biggest issues. You've already given me 37 games. I'm going to give you one more month to figure it out, and if you can't, I will play somebody in your place. I will bench you if you don't figure how to hit. I don't have very many good hitters. Like, truth be told, we need better hitters somehow. I have no position for Shang-Hui Kim, but let me be realistic with you. He's got a real good chance to take over DH or first base when we lose Choi. Let's just play another game, another month, because I don't know what to do to fix this team. I can check the trade block, but what we need is elite talent, and I guarantee you nobody's offering elite talent. They're offering average talent. I would love to trade Koo here. Does anybody want Jae-wook Koo? I did not mean to pick only shortstops. You know what? You're better than him and you're cheaper. Done. That's a layup right there. I don't know that I'm going to let him... No, I want another outfielder. I think this is Shang-Hui Kim's chance to get some reps in the big leagues. Give me new depth charts, my loyal bench coach. And then we're just gonna copy and paste this over. So I gotta paste the depth chart and then I can paste the lineup. There you go. Here we go. That is a trade that we made that gives us some financial flexibility for the future, which is nice. Let's play additional baseball. Let us baseball in an additional manner. Oh, that sucks. It's not the end of the world, but it's still not great. But it is the one position I do have several similarly talented pitchers is indeed pitching. I'm just going to make you middle reliever. That's fine. Okay. Like, of all the pitchers to basically have their arm fall off, I'm not annoyed that he's the one whose arm fell off. I am annoyed that we're not scoring runs more frequently, but many things annoy me, and I just have to get over it. And we are scoring more all of a sudden, which is nice. I think we're very much making chicken salad with chicken shit here. I think that's the issue. I haven't had top-tier offensive prospects in a very long time. I'm able to make major league starters as well within my talent levels to develop and grow. But superstars we have not had. And I don't know where to get them. Because of the nature of the KBO. It's the nature of the KBO. When you have great talent and it's easy to keep great talent, then it's hard for them to change hands. Okay. I'm going to let Fernando Tatis walk, and I'm going to let my assistant GM walk. Yes, I feel that is a good idea. So I shall. So gets a shutout. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I was not aware of that, and also I don't care. Yeah, Jinho Bei is still a really good pitcher. That's fun. That's fun. Let's go to the end of June. What was that about? I just got some kind of achievement. What achievement did I just earn? What glorious achievement is now mine? Oh, I got the extra base hit streak. Neat. It's very neat. I got a pitcher of the month. Very cool. I really hate that we're not seeing overall ratings ever increase in the minors. I don't know how to fix that though. I genuinely don't. Okay. Shea Hyun Kim at this point has had 350 at bats to show that he can handle being a major league hitter. He cannot. If he were an elite defender, I would soak it up, but he's not that either. I know Ji Hyun Kim isn't an amazing center fielder, but we're doing ourselves a disservice by keeping him in the lineup. So we're going to replace him. Like so, and like so. I love it. Is there anybody else that we need to maybe move aside? I want a young player to get an opportunity, and keeping G-Man Choi is not helping that. What is our team chemistry like? It's really good. Losing Kim might actually hurt. Or losing Choi might actually hurt. I don't have very much leadership. Interesting. Is there a young player who has some level of leadership? Or is there an easy way to see that? What if I added... Let's see, miscellaneous info. Like, I want to see stuff like the... Here we go. There we go. Let's make this default a little bit easier to see. I'm going to save this as the new global default. Beautiful. So I can tell I've got a couple of humble players, but I don't really have a leader. Does such a person exist in the minors? I've got a bunch of pranksters, and I got a bunch of spark plugs. And I have one player that's outspoken. But I don't have captains, and I don't have leaders. That's maybe something else to consider in the future. I don't know. Is there anything I could acquire for Mr. Choi? Is there anything being offered in exchange for him? Nothing at all. Then I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to fuck with a good thing. I'm just going to leave it alone and see what happens. A big part of the reason we won so many games this year is because our pitching has been ridiculous. Because while we don't have any superstars at pitchers, we have a lot of number twos. Which means that while we don't have super dominant pitching, all of our pitchers contribute in a very meaningful way. And that's huge. We've got a great starting pitching staff, even if we don't have elite talent, which is very helpful. That's very helpful indeed. I still wish we had more offensive talent, though. I don't know where to find it, though. It's the problem. I have 500 wins as a manager. Wild. A bunch of people retired, none of whom were all that exciting. Really? Your contract expires? So here's my thing with you. I want to open up at least one spot for a new pitcher. Probably Yoon Boon Kim. And that's why I don't want to re-sign you. I would trade you if I could. No, because I will have a spot open because Bobby Cook's going to leave. How much rent do you want in an extension? You want a very reasonable salary. I want a couple of team options, but if you'll give me that, I will happily keep you around. You're right. That's my mistake. Sorry. If I'm doing a guaranteed salary, you're getting 3 years. That's my compromise. Yeah, no. We'll talk again maybe in the offseason. Maybe I'll just trade you, but I'm not going to bid against myself. I'm not saying your salary demands are unreasonable, but I'm also not saying that they are reasonable. Especially for a pitcher whose literal skill set is just, I stay relatively healthy and throw innings, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not going to invest heavily in it either. Because by definition, there's pitchers that can do that. And I do want to make sure that we give an opportunity for younger players to show that they can perform in the major leagues. We're on a little bit of a chilly streak, a bit of a chill. I don't love that. Okay, Choi's not coming back. Cook's not coming back. Like, if Cook was gonna be was having an amazing season, I would consider it strongly. But yeah, we'll talk in the off season. Maybe. Is there anybody interesting that's on the trading block? Anybody at all? I don't think I can acquire him because I can't afford him. I'm aware about the absurdity of me saying how badly I need a superstar and then looking at superstars and be like, no, I don't want that. This is more about not being able to afford them. So I shall not do any trades this trading deadline. But once a new month rolls around, I will see if there's any benefit to shifting around some pitchers or some hitters. Maybe one of the youngsters in the rookie league has taken a step forward. Or at least a step that isn't backwards. I will settle for that. Shi-Young Kim learning how to play second is useful, I suppose. I still don't have a second baseman, do I? No, Young-Woon Kim's actually been decent. He's actually been relatively okay. Relatively okay. This sort of the offense of the NC Dinos in 2029. Like, the real issue here is that Cho and No have been worthless. No's been below replacement level. Cho has only been slightly above it. They are the closest thing we have to stars, and they're both shitting the bed pretty hard. Jun-Hyun Kim is having a nice season. I do appreciate that. Thank goodness for Mark Vientos. Mr. Vientos here is the only reason we're anywhere near being a competitive offense this year. Look, maybe we need a new hitting coach. Maybe GJ Raimundo isn't good enough. Oh no, the pitchers don't like you. The fuck do I care? I probably could do with a better hitting coach. Maybe I will investigate that possibility. Dong Jin Lee has been pretty terrible. I think we send him to the minors and give somebody else. No, not do Yoon Kim, Dong Jin Lee. Let me call up Yoon Boon Kim and make him the emergency starting pitcher. That feels good. That's a free upgrade, all for you. Game. Can't even think about the lineup. Like, Noah's been a dumpster fire. He's got so much upside, and just last year he was actually one of our better players, but this year he's just playing awfully. Are any of the backup offensive linemen, what the fuck? Are any of the backup outfielders performing at a high level this year? Not really. It's been kind of a sussy year. Seeing Won Kim is started hitting a little bit. I did not anticipate Young Woon Kim being a decent player, but he has been. Not a great player though, but a decent one. Let's just go up to the draft. I could shift people around. But I don't know who. At least Sejun Cho gets hit by pitches. He has one skill. He has one skill. And I guess this is one of the challenges of having players that all have this average talent level, which is if they get a few bad breaks, especially given how short the KBO season is, they don't always have a chance to really bounce back. They don't have a chance to make a real impression. So that is a thing to consider. I genuinely don't know how we're in first place right now. I truly don't. I truly don't. I'm gonna take it. Oh, Vientos. What a shitty time to be injured. Jung, you're in. I'm just going to casually just slide him right into the lineup and just hope for the best. The alternative would be Hui Kim. I think we'll use Jung, though. I think Jung is, at the moment, a more reliable commodity. One of these years, I just need to find a player and commit to them regardless of their performance, just to let them develop. Like, Shang Hui Kim is not going to get any better if I don't give them playing time, right? You know what? No, you're riding the pine. You're in, Kim. No, you're not. Kim cannot play the field. Kim has to be a DH. That's the only position he can handle. I could play Shea Hyung Kim, but I'm not convinced he's any better. Yeah, we'll just write it out for right now. As long as Vientos is back for the postseason, I think we can endure his injury. I mean, I really want that. I really want that bye if I can get it. If I can win the regular season, so we only have to play in the Korean series. We actually have a reasonable chance to perhaps come away with a title. Like we're so far ahead of the Eagles in third place that I think we're guaranteed a top two finish. I'd obviously prefer a top one, but I think we're virtually guaranteed a top two finish at this point. There's just not enough games left in the season for the Giants to overtake me. Or the Twins, realistically speaking. The interesting positioning is going to be who ends up getting that fifth spot. Wante Choi wants to come back. That's good for you. Alright, we've got to get an elite talent hitter. Whatever it takes. And of course, there aren't any left. Don't do this to me, game. You can't tantalize me with a player like this. I'm such a sucker for these players. Oh my gosh. I'm taking him. He offers us a genuine chance at an immediate upgrade. And so I think we have to take that. I like Hong a lot, actually. He's a really interesting player. I think we just take him and we don't worry about it. Done. Ju Young Kim is really, really smart and hardworking. I think he'll be a good choice. If nobody else is going to take Bon, I will. I think he's a very talented pitcher, and I will happily take him. A righty screwballer. I'm in. I'm absolutely in. Done. Everyone's signability is very easy though. That's the thing. Neil Huntington, you do you, my friend. No, the question is, do I immediately call up Hae Young Kim? I think I do, because that way I can put Hae Young Kim back in the minors and give him a chance to play every day. So the question is, does Hae Young Kim get a chance to replace any of my current starters? I don't think he does. Yet. Let's generate some depth chart here. Every 7 games. It looks like we're going to bring in Hae Young Kim as a DH every few games. I'm fine with that. I'd rather he play the field, but I'm fine with it either way. I don't know why I can't quit players like Hae Young Kim, though. Like, it is my most profound weakness. No matter how many times it doesn't work out for me, I'm always like, what if it did this time, though? I think it's called insanity. You fucking jerkwad. You're not supposed to be taking longer to heal. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. Ji-Hoo Kim randomly actually being an okay hitter this season is such a shock. It is an utter shock, and I am so here for it. In a season where lots of the offense has gone wrong, he's been brilliant and beautiful, and every other word beginning with B, badass. This is a man who, entering this season, had 9 career home runs. He has equaled that total and then a little bit just this year. That's wild. Truly, truly wild. Yeah, if you hit Jin, who can become secret bastion of offense for the NC Dinos on your bingo card, I would have believed you. Okay. Ju Young Kim is adding potential, which is great. Okay, Myung Chul Kim is improving. That's very good news. Very good news. All right. We're just gonna go to the end of the regular season. The biggest thing we could do right now is get Vientos back. I'd love to get him before the end of the regular season to help us lock up the #1 seed. And there we go. Mr. Vientos. Jung has been not super great. Demote. Promote. Get in here, fucker. I want 12 home runs in every game. That's what I'm looking for. No, he wants to get his years guaranteed. I just don't know that I'm willing to do that. If you have a great postseason, I'll think about it. How's that sound? Yeah, the Twins got really hot at the right time, and I got really cold at the wrong time, so it's fine. It's still a pretty long layoff, which means it's plenty of time to get my players up to the maximum level of healthiness. So I'll accept that. So yeah, if you have an amazing postseason game, Mr. Shin, I will re-sign you. That is my pledge to you. If you have 2, even better. But I think 1 is reasonable. All right, gentlemen, friends, countrymen, it's time. I'm going to push Hyungjun So up to our #2 pitcher. Because Bobby Cook has actually realistically been one of our worst starting pitcher. So let's try to avoid that if we can. All right. Good. Very good. Not as good. Let's not do that. Okay. Good. Very good. We did win the game, but it wasn't because of Shin. What happened to Shin? No, Shin actually had a really good performance. Certainly not an elite performance, but a very good performance. Let's see what you can do in the Korean series. If you can give me another great performance at some point in the Korean series, that would be most appreciated. Good. An excellent opening matchup. And again, look how Bobby Cook's like, I'm going to start. I'm going to start. I'm going to start. No, you're not. He's like, man. Okay. And who's pitching the deciding game? Shin? Min-hyuk Shin. It's all about you. I'm going to close my eyes. We did it. We won the Korean series. And Shin had a very good game. Mr. Shin, you know what? You've got it. You get your contract extension. Amazing. Oh, that feels so good. Because let's be realistic, our lineup was real bad this season. But when the playoffs came around, we got some really good performances from a lot of unsuspecting places. Fucking Ji-Hoo Kim, what a guy. Young Woon Kim, fantastic. Top-notch pitching from Hyun Jun So, always appreciated. And Felipe didn't shit the bed this time. Which, remember, that was our issue last season. Is that he just pitched really poorly. We did it. Our very first ever World Series championship. I think it's going to make the Twins dinosaur, but they're just going to have to live with it. Alright. So what worked this season? Who were our best and most important contributors? Oh, let's go to the end of the playoff round. Just to get to trigger the off-season start. I will take a look at the length of the video, and we'll determine if we're going to do the off-season this episode or not. We did it. We did it, team. I have improved the farm system. The problem is, it's really hard to build a great farm system when I can't get prospects easily. So how about you beg the fuck off? Ooh, we got a rule change. 8 days. Okay. He's just a reliever. I wouldn't pay that much money. Anyway, where are we at for time? Yeah, I think we'll end the episode after the World Series this time round. But let's first see what went well and what didn't go well. If you had the MVP of the KBO's NC Dinos was going to be the banjo-hitting shortstop, I would like to subscribe to your newsletter. To be clear, he was still not a good hitter. What he was an otherworldly defender at shortstop. And that's awesome. Old Man Choi was really good. Vientos was good. Kim was good. I got a lot of useful performances, but I didn't get any star-making performances. I don't know what happened to Cho and No this season. I truly don't. Both of them have been really good players in the past, and for whatever reason this season, it wasn't there. Which is disappointing. Which is disappointing. If you look at adjusted weighted runs created, this only looks at offense. Like, Sejun Cho was league average, and then it just goes downhill from there. Hae-young Kim, 5. Yikes. This was our pitching staff, though. This was truly our pitching staff. And our defense, but mostly our pitching staff. Look at these performances. Jung Young had a fantastic season. A truly excellent season. Bobby Cook, great season. Hyung Jun So, even better season. Leading the league in whip. On was great. Shin was great. This was an all-time top-tier rotation. That is what carried us this season. And a very strong bullpen. Nobody in this bullpen was actively terrible. I mean, maybe Sung Hyun Han. He wasn't great, but even him, he was just a back of the bullpen guy to eat innings every now and again, and he did that. This was entirely based on his pitching staff. I really hope one of our pitchers ends up getting Pitcher of the Year. I don't think they will, but I hope they do. Some truly outstanding performances, to be sure. I am all here for it. Min Kim, that is disgusting. As a strikeout to walk ratio, that is fantastic. What a pitcher. What a guy. Yeah, all of you got shitty run support because the offense wasn't very good. But, so, that's how we won. We won with elite pitching. I'm still not bringing back Bobby Cook, though. Bobby Cook was clearly, of the top 5, the worst of the 5. I know he's got a very high WAR. That's almost exclusively because he just served up meatball after meatball and let them hit into the defense. He wasn't actually that good a pitcher. So I think letting him walk and replacing him with somebody like a Yoon Boon Kim to then add in an elite offensive player, I think is going to be a key part of this offseason. I will end the episode by selecting some coaches. Dave Schmidt is a perfectly cromulent coach. And we are okay with normals, so I will promote Mr. Schmidt to being our first base coach. Done. Well, what are your relationships like? You have amazing relationships with everybody but Ji-Hoo Kim. Which is fun. Manager. Elite Mechanics. Wanju Ko. Let's pick you. And then I need a new assistant GM. I want somebody temperamental. That is what I want. Because that's what we apparently lust for here. We crave it. We crave it. Go ahead and add in personality, please. Please. And it's a coach rating, technically. It's a coach... yeah, personality. Here we go. You know what, Yongkoo Kim? I'm going to bring you on for the boost to our team dynamics. That's done. And next episode, we're going to try to run it back and get a second consecutive title. Until then, my friends, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.